All right, hey, Quants coming back at you with another AI benchmark video. I was not anticipating doing one so soon, but I got an email today about the release of Gemini 3.7. It's not a model that I have used a lot, but I ran it through the benchmarks. I wasn't sure if I'd even have time to make the video, but the execution of the tasks in the AI benchmark were very fast. And so I started both of them and got them both done in a matter of a few minutes. And so I figured I'd just go ahead and jump on, and that's what we're going to do for our video today. Before I get into that, I will mention the planned video that I had was to be a release of the trading or the strategy optimizer, which you will be able to use in TradingView. That work should be all done. I just need to go actually publish it. And so it's been a little while since I've published an extension. And as a result, I did not want to hold up making a video today based on that. So as soon as I get off here, I'm going to go do that. So that'll be live hopefully today, if not today, in a few days, and then that'll probably be the content that I end up doing on Monday. So keep your eyes peeled on that if you're interested in it. And of course, there are past videos based on the TradingView optimizer where I kind of went over that, so you can go back and watch those videos if you like. So just a few thoughts on the Gemini 3.7 model here. I did similar to what I did with Grok 4.6. I only did the Cruiser Reloaded and the Void Breaker benchmarks. And I'm just gonna point out here. Check out these run times. These are crazy fast. So 312 seconds, right? So that's pretty darn quick, I'll say. So what is that, like 6 minutes or something, 5 minutes? And so just as a kind of a comparison, the Grok, this was the 4.6 model, took over 1,000 seconds. We had Fable 5 taking over 4,500 seconds, or over 4,000 seconds. And then same with the Void Breaker, 318 seconds. And then again, Grok 4.6 was over 1,200 seconds, and then Fable 5. It looks like I didn't have a time captured on that one when I ran it. So sometimes that happens when I end up messing with the benchmark. And of course, this thing that I threw together to make these tests was not like necessarily 100% production ready type of thing, and so I'm sure there's some reliability issues with some of the earlier runs. So I've already started this here. Oh, what's interesting is it shows it here. It didn't update the console, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and check these out. As usual, I haven't looked at these at all, and so I have no opinions or ideas of how this is. Well, I have an opinion, but I have no ideas on how this is actually going to perform. So the first thing that I'll kind of point out here is that the screen, they capped the screen, which was an interesting choice to a certain size. So and it looks like I don't know if these are supposed to be mobile style controls. That may be kind of interesting if that's the case. It looks like it used some emojis for the images, which is an interesting choice instead of using the assets that were there. But again, maybe that's one of the reasons it was able to do things so fast, as it wasn't just made really basic kind of placeholder decisions. So let's take a look here. Boost, fire, yeah. So I think overdrive is what that's going to be. It looks like you have kind of these on-screen controls, which would be kind of interesting. This might not work at all without a touch screen, which is very interesting. So let me see if I refresh this. It is running. It says launch it, hit the space bar. I just want to mention right here, I'm trying all these keyboard combinations and nothing is working. The image quality I think is pretty good, considering it just used the like emojis, and then it has opaque, like these have some transparency to them, and the one that's selected is not. This is kind of like a nice touch, but this says if I hit the space bar, it's going to work. This video might end up being very short because, as I said, I didn't test these myself, and they might not amount to anything. So I am hitting the space bar. I'm going to do something real quick. I'm not going to pop off screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up. I am going to pop off screen just for a second, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not crazy and that my keyboard is working, which it is. And so off screen, what I might try to do is I might access this through a mobile device and see if it registers the touch inputs. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe I wasn't holding it long enough. Huh. Okay, so I mean, it looks like it's getting the click there. Nothing going on here. Still nothing going on here, even if I do like a long click. No keyboards, no keyboard motion seems to be working. So at least we saw some highlighting there. So it's not completely dead. The space bar is not doing anything. And so I think this is just obviously an epic fail. I was very interested to see how well it was going to perform, but based on what I had said earlier, I have opinions, and my opinions is that it's probably not going to be that great. Gemini models are, I find Gemini models to be good when you want to just do some research. Or another way I like to use it is you'll see that you have the GPT live mode. I haven't really played with that one as much, but I have historically used the Gemini live mode quite frequently when I'm just going on a walk and I want to have a conversation with somebody to, basically an AI somebody to kind of tease out ideas that I have. And then at the same time, notes are being captured while I'm doing that. And then I can take that dump of information and maybe refine that into a plan or an idea that I have on something else. So I do find it pretty good for that. And another kind of interesting thing about that is if you turn it on when you're driving in the car, it's just like talking to another passenger in the car. I'm not saying stare at your phone and pull your phone out. Usually I'm using like the whatever Android Auto or CarPlay thing you have, and then doing things that way. But anyways, let's cut to the chase here. So this one, we're going to stop it. That did not work. Jump over to Void Breaker. And so let's see if Void Breaker does any better. So we'll go ahead and launch this. We're coming over here. So this looks like a full screen, this time at least. I see some hovering effects, so that's good. Let's see if the keyboard's working. No tab. I don't see any tab working. So let's see, codecs. Okay. Let's see, asteroids, Void Breaker, codecs, and tactile database. Alrighty. Ballistic, asteroid. So it looks like it actually did something here, which is kind of cool. Fissures. You got crystalline. Okay, so again, it looks like it's kind of going with this idea of using armored Goliath, 160 pixel asteroid. That's very 160 pixels isn't that big, but it's interesting that it still kind of used the emoji stuff here. So it's got hostiles. I mean, this looks pretty good, actually. I mean, even though it just is all emoji based. I mean, like I said before, maybe that's why it like flew through so fast, which, if they were to do that, I think that's not a bad idea. Looks like has some Hall of Fame records, so maybe you got something to chase there. Settings, okay, good. The controls look like I would expect. I'm not seeing anything regarding the shift button kind of blast thing in the settings here. So mouse. All right, that's just weird. What's that doing? All right, nothing. Just a little flash there. So we got the hanger and tech tree. This looks kind of cool. So they use the same ship throughout, which is fine. Looks like different hull speeds, kind of the same idea. You got to earn stuff to unlock it. So it did use one asset, at least from the previous game. It looks like that background image is actually correct too. So let's see. Thrust, mouse spacing, fire right click, shift. Okay, so it does have the shift. Tab controls. We'll see what that does. Let's see if we can play. Okay, so I do hear some music. The bullets are not facing the right way, so that's okay. And this one, so all the other controls have kind of done the go the way that you're pointing. Let's see if I can explain that better. So if you hit the W button, you're going to go up regardless of the way the ship is facing. And so that kind of, I found that to kind of throw me off. And then the way it is working right now is it looks like the W key is forward, which is kind of what I thought it was going to do. And so whichever way that ship is currently facing, when you hit W, it's going to thrust forward in that direction. And so that feels a little bit more natural. And then the A, D keys are just rotating the ship. And so that's kind of how I anticipated the steering to work. But for most of them, and they all did it the other way. And so all that said, reroll selection, one remaining. Oh, you can reroll. That's kind of an interesting idea. So I'm going to just click that because I don't know how long I'll stay there. So precision targeting on grid, increase critical hit chance. All right, let's do this. And so, yeah, that pulls. I mean, this actually is pretty cool. I'm surprised this one is what looks as good as it does, considering considering the other game just didn't work at all. So, let's go ahead and supercritical discharge. When weapons overheat, the venting blast becomes a devastating heat sinks. Increase weapon heat capacity 30%. All right, let's just do this one. Wow, okay, maybe I just start selecting things and not looking at them too much. Plasma burner, let's go. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? This is gonna get a little bit silly here. Okay, so I think what happened is it got stuck firing. So that was a little bit of a bug where I was firing, and then when it went to the screen and it came back, it was already firing still. And even though my finger was not on the mouse, so there's a little bit of a bug there. I wonder if I do, that's rank 202. So I still get up here. So I see up here you got the Vanguard stuff. I haven't tried doing anything else yet. I gotta say, this does not feel great. Even though it's cool that you get all these cool modules, they're coming so fast, it's almost distracting to the game. So one thing I wanted to notice is that I do like the fact, I mentioned this in the last game, that when I shoot a bullet, it goes all the way across the screen. So it says I'm already at level 7 down here. Dash, right click, shift. So that dash is interesting. I like the physics there. So when I dash, it kind of launched me forward I got some acceleration there. And then it looks like it's got this Omni-Fire. I must have got one of those things from the power-ups, and I've got this thing circling around me. So I wonder if I come up here, if it's going to hit that. Boom. Nope. It looks like that just damaged some hull, maybe. I don't know. My hull damage is still at 100. So anyways, let's see if we can shoot some more of these things here. I mean, I think I mentioned that the bullets are kind of going a little, and there's that bug again where it keeps shooting afterwards. So that was the crit hit. So let's see if we get one of these. It's pulling things pretty quickly, which is not, kind of nice. And I know I took one of the powers ups for that. So grace, capacitor flow, increase hull. I don't feel like I need that. Splinter, plasma array, adds angle plasma cannon. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's I mean, it's kind of bothering me that you have the, so that's that drone thing. I think I might have just clicked one. I think I'll get another thing spinning around me. Yeah. So it was kind of bothering me that the bullets, like the critical bullets, are facing the right way, but the ones that it took from the graphics are not going the right way. And so I find that to be kind of interesting. What if I can... Oh, I shot it beforehand. And I'm going to go over that way. Wonder if I can see where the charge is for that. Oh, that was not going the right way. So that's kind of maybe another little bug. It didn't kind of charge me the way I expected to. Wonder if it's just straight up the direction you're going. Yeah. Just got to be careful about how to do that, I guess. All right. So controlling this seems, although it feels more intuitive, it just seems a little harder to actually control. all that said, this looks like it did pretty good. So one of the things that it's like, there's not a whole lot of asteroids coming around here, and so that's one of the things like I would want to see more of is just some actual. Oh, it looks like it is cutting short. I thought it was going all the way across, but maybe not. I would like to see more asteroids coming in here so that we could really, really do some damage here. So sector 2. I heard that noise. I'm in sector 2 and I see, okay, there's asteroids over here. I was gonna say, is there anything to do in this one? I thought the bullets were going all the way across. I guess I missed that. So, quantum singularity, 20% chance to open a micro black hole. Ooh, that sounds kind of cool. I mean, I will say that the characterization of this, or the ideas behind this, is the conceptual creativity of this is like pretty interesting. So, I mean, it's mostly just doing what it was kind of told to do, but I mean, it did a pretty decent job, I would say. I mean, there's definitely some artifacts I can see with the UI, with the explosions happening and all that, but I'm already played this much longer than I anticipated I was going to play, considering the other one was like not working at all. So blasting things here, and really what I like to do, kind of try and see here is the screen shifts a little bit when you move over, so that's interesting. I don't know if that's an artifact or if that was intentional. Ooh, blasted. I was gonna try and hit one of these with the thrust again. So there's one more asteroid. I'm guessing I gotta kind of kill that thing. Sector cleared, yeah. So I guess that's okay. But I would expect the asteroids to be a little bit more like available here. Like they're flying right around the outsides. It's not making it too much of a challenge. I mean, again, this is a pretty fun, everything considered. So, micro missiles. Let's see if I can get everything kind of fly in my direction, and then I'm going to be in a position where I don't even have to fly after things. Okay, I'm going to turn on the sound just for a second so we can hear things. Okay, just for a split second. Now, like I said, I've been playing this longer than I anticipated I would already, but I got a graze there. So that was clear to me. Some of the other ones that said graze, and I tried to do it, and it just didn't really seem like it was doing anything. So that's kind of cool. So get these micro missiles again. Add that EMP option. This is getting to the point again where it just seems like once you get kind of so powered up, it's just pretty easy to just decimate everything, and you're really not a lot of difficulty in the whole level of play. So I expect that's going to end up being the case. It looks like I'm on level 20. So they're adding new enemies, which is kind of cool. So that's good. Kind of try and keep it a little interesting. Did I get a graze there? Do the EMP. I can probably use flying on the other side of the screen. The way that that's bouncing, it seems like it's an intentional decision to kind of shift the screen that way as opposed to a bug. So depending on if you like it or not, it is kind of an interesting aspect of the game, I'd say. So we're about done here. I'm going to probably just go ahead and I want to end this and see what other kind of things I can get. And then we'll probably just call it there. But ultimately, I would say definitely, I don't think it did as good as 4.6, but I mean, definitely some artifacts there. I saw a whole bunch. But overall, it did a really good job on this one by comparison. I mean, this is a good starting spot for a game. A lot of placeholder things. It looks like a little Nerf bullets there. It's kind of shooting out there. And then let's see, I think this is the last one here. Sector cleared. Oh, boss battle. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I stuck around for one more there. That was easy. So, now you got these little things flying at me. Oh, this is kind of cool. So these are a little bit more directed, like actually flying at you. So, pretty cool. Said I was going to be done, and I guess that goes to show you the game is somewhat fun. So, I think I got the max gravitation now, which means things fly to me about as good as they're going to unless they have a whole nother level. But it said 1 of 4, I believe, so I think that's about as all you're going to get out of that. And then we should be able to just like kind of smoke these levels real fast. What are we going to do here? Precision targeting. Try and get those shots going right away to where they need to go. Let's see what we get out here now. These things aren't dying like I would expect. Maybe some collision detection improvements could happen. So we got here, boom. It's kind of blasting everything now, yeah, so it's getting to the point where I just kind of launch. Just kind of, like I said, decimate everything pretty quickly. I haven't done my thrusters in a while. So we got over here. All right, I did say I was going to stop, and I will here in just a second. So people are still sticking around for the video, or just me playing a game now, which is, I mean, ultimately the end goal for these to be good, fun games. What are we missing? There's one right there. Is that it? Gotta be something else, right? Not waiting for me to pick these up, are they? Ooh, is there something else here? Oh, there's one right there. Okay. I was like, I want to kind of clear this level. I mean, I could see sitting here burning some time on this Sector 8, Singularity Shift. I mean, I will say there's like these different new aspects. Extracting. Okay, I got to stay in there. Okay. They're adding new aspects at a reasonable rate, which is making it somewhat interesting. So that's definitely a bonus to just the fun playability factor of the game. Can I? Okay, this is, yeah, gravitation. So now I should be at 404. Unless they show them, and then you can get more. Kind of zooming around here and just blast everything. Wow, I got some. I'll probably just do something like that and blast everything, but there should be something else here. What am I missing? Is there another one? Because we should have cleared that sector out. Is there an asteroid? Oh, there it is down there. So that's kind of a problem, I would say. Having those asteroids that are just like, you can't even see them really, is not super great. All right. But sector cleared, sector 9. Hypermedia storm. Is it going to do anything? Repair swarm. Railgun. Screen's shaking, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, all right, well, I will say, this is a pretty fun game, just based on the fact that I keep playing it here, and I keep wanting to just get to the next sector. A little addictive, right? There's not much to it, but it's kind of addictive just to be like like a numb game playing here. So we'll try one more of these boss fights, and then I will call it, so it's not too much. This is taking a minute, man. All right, play again. Oh, mission accomplished. I never got to the end of one of those. I thought they were all broken. So play again. Hanger spend scrap. Okay, cool. Let's see where that is. So now I can potentially unlock one of these. So if I unlock this dude, I can also unlock this dude. I can upgrade. Oh, I like this. Okay, fun game. 3.7. This is probably one of the longest plays. I expect this to be a very short video, and it's already almost as long as yesterday's video where I did the same thing, only had 2 games, and I played this one game much longer than I expected I would be able to play. And so I am kind of curious if I quit this and I restart it again, if it's going to save my memory. So I'm going to just do a real quick check here on that. So we're going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this tab, and I'm going to come back to the game here. I'm going to stop it. And then the reason I'm curious about that is because now I'm like, hey, this is actually a fun game. I want to play it. And so if I want to come back and keep playing it, will my state be preserved? And so launch the stole, launch it. Let's see, scrap. It looks like I still have stuff there, so that's kind of cool. Settings. That's not where I want to go. Oh, let's go back to the game. I hit the back button, which did not do what I thought it was going to do, but let's go to the Hanger Tech tree. And yeah, I still have things here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's going to be it for today. Pretty fun game. Not a very rough start for Gemini 3.7, but it finished strong. So yeah, pretty good. That's going to be it for today. I'm going to get that strategy optimizer up so we can do that, and everyone will have access to that. And of course, I'll be open for feedback or anything if people find any use out of that or want some updates on that. And of course, I'm always working on other projects and products at the same time. So those will be coming up later. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace, quants.